Hi, welcome to me and Mia's brand new YouTube channel. This is our first video, so we're glad you're here. But today's video is we're each going to be saying 5 books, either romance or series, and they can be standalone or series, and that we recommend. So I'm covering romance, Mia's going to do fantasy. Once you watch all the romance, I'll let you know what time at the bottom if you wanted to skip forward to the fantasy stuff. Mia's gonna be doing that. But basically, let me give you a little backstory. So me and Mia are long distance best friends, and she lives really far away from me, so I don't get to see her that often. Right? Actually, I haven't seen her. And so this hair is sticking out. Ignore it. And we met on Fable, which is a reading app, and I love Fable. And if you don't have it in your reader, or if you like to watch TV shows, go download Fable right now. It is the best. Anyways, besides the point. And one day I messaged her and I said, hey, let's start a YouTube channel. Like, I think it'd be fun. And she was like, you know what? Let's do it. Here we are. So, like I said, I'm doing romance, and these are either gonna be series or standalones, or can be both. But these are my 5 book recommendations based off of my favorite reads, or just some cute little light-hearted reads. So the first, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of or read. I know I really like it. Like, I love this book. I need to reread it, actually. I haven't read it in forever. But it is technically a series. Technically, I did not read the second book because it had such a good ending in the first book. I was like, well, why would I want to ruin the ending and read the second book? So I said, you know what, we're not gonna read the second book. So I only read the first book, and it is better than the movies. This book right here, so good. I don't remember what I rated it. I think it was like 4 stars, 5 stars, something like that. I don't think it was quite 5 stars. I think it was like 4 or 4.5, something like that. By the way, my name is in this book. Lainey. It's in this book. So next time you read better than the movies, think of me. But basically, let me just read you the back. Okay, I do kind of butcher her last name, so ignore it. Just pretend that I said it correctly. It says Liz Boxbaum, or Boxbottom. That's how he says it, I think, something like that. So apparently my camera cut out. Apparently, I guess my phone died or something, because it cut out. And then I kept going, reading the back, before I realized that it cut out. Yeah. Got 2 words in, read the whole back, before I finally looked up and realized it's not recording. So here we are. Okay, I'm gonna read you the summary again. And by the way, may I just say, this cover, hello? Like, look at these pictures. I want this. I want this in the rain. I want this at my window. I just want this. This is just cute. And look, it's literally raining, bro. Like, come on. My boyfriend needs to step it up. No, I'm just kidding. I love my boyfriend. Anyways, back to this. And it's so cute. Like, it's like Bridget Jones and Mark Darcy, Harry and Sally, Tom Hanks and everyone, Liz and question mark. Like, I think that is just so cute. Anyways, it says Liz, not saying her last name anymore. Liz has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homey neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward to 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back to town, and horribly annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her, and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she knew about love, and rethink her own perspective of what happily ever after should really look like. And I'm just saying, you can read this as a series, but I didn't. As I've said like 6 times, I know I'm repeating myself, because this has, I mean, I love the ending of this, so I was like, just why even bother? But I highly recommend, if you haven't read this, I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure this is also getting turned into movies. Comment if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's getting turned into movies or something. So I just thought it would be, it is cute. I really like it. Moving on, next book. I had to go turn my fan on. It was getting kind of toasty. Okay, next book we're going to talk about is a book my cousin bought me for my birthday because I've always been wanting to read a book by this author. And I've only read one, but I really liked it. And I know Mia, I know Mia's read maybe one or more books of her too. She's really cute, but it wasn't like a big thing. I think it was 3 stars or 4 stars. I'm not really sure how many it was, but I thought it was cute. And that is The Off-Limits Rule by Sarah Adams. I've always been wanting to read Sarah Adams. Like, I'm going to read the cheat sheet because me and Mia are doing a bingo card. She's probably already won. I'm gonna be so honest, she's most likely already won because I've been doing sports all year since January, and it is now May and I am still doing sports. Sports do not wait for anybody. So I haven't had a lot of time to read. Like, I think I've read 7 books this year. Like, hello, like, come on. But this month I've actually done really good, the month of May, because things are starting like slow down sports, so that's good. But anyways, The Off-Limits Rule is a really cute, it's a single mom and older brother's best friend trope. It's really cute, and it says rules are made to be broken, especially for love, right? Lucy Marshall has hit rock bottom. After failing as an independent single mom, she's back living with her older brother Drew. Her 4-year-old son deserves the world, but all she can give him is a spare bedroom. Still, Drew is the sweetest uncle, and some quality time might be exactly what they all need. That is, until she meets Cooper, her brother's incredibly hot and incredibly off-limits best friend. According to Drew, Cooper's everything Lucy should stay away from. Flirtatious, adventurous, and especially non-committal. Sounds like all the guys in our generation, except the adventurous. Sorry, moving on. But Lucy has been getting the opposite impression. Cooper is a genuinely great guy, and she's starting to catch real feelings. Lucy has always tried to do everything right, and look where that's gotten her. She's also a hairdresser, if you couldn't tell, but like, look at this cover. Like, I don't know. It's not like anything special. I just think it's really cute. It's not really that big of a read either. I think it was... okay, that's the second book. I also did not read The Temporary Roomie. I know, I sound like I don't finish series. I promise I do. But this is oh yeah, this is a series technically, but it can be read as a standalone because the first book follows Lucy Cooper. The second is her brother Drew. Can I say his name right? Her brother Drew and her best friend Jessie. I think her name is. Let me look. Yeah, Jessie and Drew. And there might be a 3rd book. I'm not really sure, but I didn't read it. Just never really gone into it that much. But it's not too thick. There's 308 pages. It's not that bad. Okay, the cheat sheet is one I've always been wanting to read by her. Oh, I also started the Practice Makes Perfect audiobook, and then I accidentally deleted my audiobook app, and then I had to go in, and I forgot to finish the audiobook. That was months ago, by the way. But yeah, the cheat sheet's in the back. I honestly want to read it. Mia said it's really good. But The Off-Limits Rule, I think I give it 3 stars, maybe 4, I don't remember. Really cute. I recommend it, honestly, if you're looking for just like a light, easy to read in like 2 days, a day, or just easy to read, but whenever you like have free time, you know, or if you're going somewhere for vacation, or you just want to read, I recommend this, and better than the movies. These books are so cute. I really like them. Moving on to the next book. Okay, so this next book, oh, I just showed you. This next book is Kiss Now, Lie Later by C.W. Farnsworth. I was right. And look at these, I'm sorry, but look at these edges. They're kind of old. I've had this book for like months. But, oh, by the way, look at this cover. He's hot. I know it's a cartoon on paper, but he's still hot, okay? And his name's also Wes. I don't ever hear anybody ever talking about this book or this book series. I could be wrong. This is also a series. I hate to say it. I never finished the series. I know. This is 3 books in a row that I have not finished the series. But I'm trying to find, like, the other book. I think the other book is her twin brother. Or his best friend. It's either her brother, her best friend, or, you know what? I'm gonna just let you guys adventure after you read this and go find out for yourself, because I don't know. I'm not gonna make statements that I'm not entirely sure of. But anyways, Kiss Not Like Later, honestly, this book took me forever to read because I was enjoying it so much and I did not want it to end. And it's so cute. They are in high school and she plays soccer and he's a football player, and I think both of their dads are coaches, and it's really cute. Let me read you the back real fast. I think I give this 4 stars, maybe? Yeah. It says, game meets game in this modern day Romeo and Juliet forbidden romance from Book Talk. Favorite C.W. Farnsworth. She's from one town. I've heard a lot of things about Alleghany's quarterback. Weston Cole is popular, conceited, and arrogant. Most importantly, he spent the past 3 years steadily dismantling my family's football legacy. I should hate him, and I did. Until I ran into him freshman year and discovered he's also complicated, considerate, captivating. When our paths cross again senior year, that awareness becomes more dangerous than his suggestive smirk. Hating him was easy before I knew him. And he's from the other town. Sorry, I barely said that. And he's from the other town. No girl in Glenmont is more untouchable than Maeve Stevens. She lives across enemy lines. Her father is their head football coach. Her twin brother is their quarterback. But one conversation with Maeve makes me forget about the bitter, decades-long rivalry between our 2 towns. Makes me forget there's a team of guys relying on me to lead them to another victory. A few forbidden kisses, and there's only one thing I want to fight for. Her. I love this book so much. I recommend it. And it's also a standalone series, so the second one follows different characters. You don't have to read it. I didn't. I probably will eventually, but I've been swamped. Like I said, sports and school and work. It's catching up to me. I'm dying. I'm drowning. Help. Just kidding. But, oh, my neighbors are out. Anyways, sorry, I'm a little nosy. This book is so cute. I recommend it. If it's not on your TBR, put it on your TBR. It's cute. You need it. End of story. Okay, there's a gross hair. It's not mine, I promise. My hair's been up all day. Okay, I'm saving the best for last. So, I've heard really good things about this book, and I know some people who did not like it, and I'm not one of them. I'm happy to say I liked it a lot. I think I gave it 4 stars, honestly. But I read it a year ago. You're gonna hate me for this. I haven't read the second one yet. That makes 4 books in this video. I have not read the second book in the series yet, but it's fine. Totally fine. And that is First Time Caller. So, but to be fair, the second book came out like, what, a month ago? 2 months ago? Not long ago. Also, look at this cover. I love how it like lassos. I always thought it lassoed in a heart, so I looked at it. But I love the colors. I just love everything about the cover. In the side, like, look at that. Look at that. And it's just like, I don't know. I think it's so cute. And I'm so excited to read the second book. Let me tell you, the cover on that one is gorgeous too. Like, but B.K. Borison's also such a good author. It says, on air. A hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy, sleepless, and Seattle-inspired love story. Again, standalone in a series. I think the second book follows way 2 different people. This is also a good book to read if you're just wanting like a cozy, fun, lighthearted read. These all are, except this one will keep you on your toes. Better Than the Movies will have you wanting to binge it. This one and The Off Limits Rule are just gonna, honestly, this one might have you binge it just a little bit, just a little. But these are both light, fun-hearted reads. It says Aiden Valentine. Sorry, I love how B.K. Borson came up with his name. Aiden Valentine? That's gorgeous. Has a secret. He's fallen out of love with love. And as the host of Baltimore's romance hotline, that's a bit of a problem. But when a young girl calls into the station asking for dating advice for her mom, the interview goes viral, thrusting Aiden and heartstrings into the limelight. Lucy Stone thought she was doing just fine. She has a good job, an incredible family, and a smart, slightly devious kid. But when all of Baltimore is suddenly scrutinizing her love life, or lack thereof, she begins to question if she's as happy as she once believed. Maybe a little more romance wouldn't be such a bad thing. Everyone wants Lucy to find her happy ending, even the handsome, temperamental man calling the shots. But when sparks start to fly behind the scenes, Lucy must make the final decision between the radio-sponsored Happily Ever After or the man in headphones next to her. So this isn't gonna spoil it, but basically she goes and he sets her up on like a bunch of dates with these guys. I'm not gonna tell you what happens on the dates or how the dates go. You're just gonna have to read it and find out for yourself. But she gets set up on a bunch of dates with this guy from, I think it was Aiden. It's been a little bit. I know, I've read these all forever ago. Also, Sarah Adams said absolute magic lives inside these pages. So that might inspire you to go read it. Yeah. It's just really cute. And look at this dedication. It says, for the hopeless romantics and the reluctant ones too. How cute is that? Like, hello. Okay, but I never realized how detailed their faces were. Like, what? You can't really see. Like, their faces are like, can I focus? Okay, you can't tell, but their faces are really detailed. Anyways, I highly recommend that you guys read this. It is really cute, really light, and it's not too long either. It's like 414 pages. 414, no. 420 pages. So not too bad. You can probably read it, well, however long it takes you. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 books. This, I know I'm only doing 5, so these 3 books count as 1 because this is a series. And this was actually the first ever hockey romance books that I've ever read. And the 3rd one recently came out. It's a Darling Devils series. Oh my goodness, this series is everything to me. I know it's, you're like, well, it's a YA, like it's just a hockey series. Like, no. No. You don't even understand. This was the first hockey series I read, and it's my favorite. My ex-boyfriend tried keeping these from me, and I, in fact, called up his sister and had her bring them to me at school. So, he too can play this game. But basically, there's Rival Darling. Look at the cover. Gorgeous. Rival Darling. And something I find ironic, and honestly, I wasn't even going to read Wild Darling. I'm very picky with my books. I wasn't going to read Wild Darling, and I will tell you why, but Parker's my favorite, so I can't really help it. But Rival Darling, and his name is Reed. R, and then another R, right? So, Rival and Reed. Grumpy Darling, Grayson and Grumpy. Grayson, Grumpy, G and G. His name's Parker, and it starts with a W. Alexandra, what were we thinking? You should have done Playful Darling, Playful and Parker, or something like that. Like, I think that would have been, like, it would have kept the theme you had going on with these going, and I think it would have made it, like, that was the reason I wasn't even gonna read it, because that pissed me off so bad, and I was like, you know what? I love Parker, I'm gonna read it. And here we are. Rival Darling follows Reed and Violet, and basically, I'm pretty sure, yeah, these 2 boys are twins, and he's like, he's grumpy, as it says, excuse me. So far, my favorite out of these is definitely, it's either, honestly, it's tied between these 2, I genuinely don't know. But this one says, never date a jock, it's her one rule, and he'll do whatever it takes to break it. So Violet says she should have known better than to make a deal with the devil. When Violet is left heartbroken by the captain of her school's ice hockey team, she vows never to date a jock again. But to prove she's moved on, she turns to the most unlikely person, her ex's biggest rival, the notorious captain of the Ransom Devils. Reed Darling is a gorgeous, mysterious, and intimidating. The only thing people love to talk about more than his hockey skills are his exploits as a ruthless heartbreaker and bad boy. Who better to serve as Violet's fake boyfriend until her ex gets a message, right? But Violet soon starts to wonder if there's more to Reed than the gossip suggests, and Reed is determined to win her over and show her he's not the guy everyone thinks he is. Is this jock about to make Violet break all her own rules? And then, this was before I got into tabbing, so I might have maybe highlighted. I highlighted, but there's nothing tabbed. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if that y'all would count that as a spoiler, so I'm just not gonna read it. I'm trying to find one quote that I can read. Okay, so basically, there's another one spoiler. Yeah, but that's Rival Darling. And then, if you can't tell, I was still learning how to tab. I now know how to tab books. This is the first ever book I tabbed. And so it's a little rough. And also one of the first books I ever highlighted. It's a little bit rough. Anyways, it says, she's never been kissed. He's never felt this way about anyone before. And it says, Paige's, by the way, I love the colors. I love the color scheme, by the way. It says, Paige's senior year will be perfect, unless Grayson Darling ruins all her plans. Paige has checked off everything on her senior year bucket list, except for one tiny thing. She's never kissed anyone. And her best friend, Grayson Darling, is to blame. Grayson is the school's hockey team's notorious enforcer, and he's been scaring away any eligible bachelors who so much as look in Paige's directions. I'm sorry, guys. Grayson. Oh my god, I love Grayson so much. Where was I? With time running out, she demands that Grayson stop defending her honor. Instead, he'll become her dating coach, training her to win the guy of her dreams. Forget how much I love this book. But Grayson has plans of his own. He's been in love with Paige since they were kids, and his clock is running out too. Coaching Paige might be his last chance to show her how good they'd be together. After all, practice makes perfect. Keep in mind, I read these in the middle of summer, and it's already summer, and I read a hockey book again. Let me read you guys a quote. Okay, let me go to the very beginning. Literally, page 2. I highlighted something. It says, I didn't want Paige to notice their disgust, and my smile immediately transformed into a dark glare as I warned them not to say anything negative. They're going to eat every last crumb of those muffins, whether they liked it or not. No context, by the way. Okay, this one is cute. It says, page 5, by the way, and I highlighted on page 4 as well, in 5. It says, I couldn't help it that every time she looked at me, time seemed to slow, and I was briefly transported to an alternate universe where my deep and secret feelings for my best friend weren't completely one-sided. Hello? But anyways, I'm not gonna finish reading your quotes because I want you to read it for yourself. This book, I think I gave it 4.5 or 4.75 stars. I might have to bump it back up to 5 because I should not be getting this excited over a book unless it's 5 stars. Okay, and then we have Wild Darling. Oh crap, I cannot grab it. Wild Darling. Keep in mind, Parker's my favorite other than Grayson. Parker and Grayson are my favorite. Reed's kind of meh. It says, enemies, teammates, something dangerously close to more. Okay, Parker Darling is ready to take center ice. Sorry, I'm so giddy about Grayson and Parker. But the Ransom Devils have a new coach, one who already hates Parker for a dumb mistake he made years ago. A mistake he made with the help of the coach's daughter, Mackenzie. Okay, by the way, before this came out, my sister came out to me. I said, watch, it's gonna be an enemies to lovers. I'm calling it. Enemies to lovers, right here. I called it. Kenzie Foster loves hockey, but her dad has forbidden her from playing, and it's all Parker Darling's fault. When the Devil's star goalie is cut, Parker's determined to step up and lead the team back to greatness. Kenzie, meanwhile, sees a wide open net just waiting to prove her dad wrong. Parker and Kenzie will need to work together to reach their goals without getting too close to making another big mistake. So, I thought it was really cute, and so I really liked it. But yeah, I highly recommend this series. If you haven't read it already, I recommend that you go buy this series because this is a series and you cannot, I mean, technically it's also sailing because it follows each different brother. So this one's one brother, another brother, but you kind of have to read them all together because you can't just skip to Grumpy Darling without reading this one first, if that makes sense, because this is the one that gets them set up. Like, it foreshadows it. And Parker, you have to get to know Parker, so you can't just skip around in this series. But you can, it won't end well. But I also love the color scheme. But yeah, these are my 5 books that I think you guys, if you haven't read, you guys need to go read these ASAP. Anyways, that's all. Alright, I'm gonna send the phone to Mia now. Bye. So, a little update. Mia actually decided that she's not gonna be filming in the in the regular videos anymore. She's just gonna handle all the YouTube shorts. So it'll just be me. So there is no second part or fantasy part. I will make another video though about like fantasy books and all that stuff, but yeah. I wonder if I can, but I don't have like a thing in my car. I'm gonna need to get one. But Mia said that she just doesn't want to do it anymore, and I said that's not a big deal, like it's totally fine. So she's just gonna handle shorts just because she's like camera shy, and that's fine. Like, still love her to death. But she's good at making videos. Like, she said to me, she's good. It looked good. But I respect her choice. It's her choice to make, you know. So you just have me for the like longer videos, and then Mia for the shorts. So there is no part 2 in this video. The romance books was it, and I can film a fantasy one though if you guys want. I can do my like top 10 or top 5 fantasy book recommendations. But yeah, I just thought I would let y'all know. All right, bye bye guys.